So much for assuming they're never going to ask to leave, huh? Let's check out the new Switch. I'm impressed. They've made some changes that I think are good. I think the first Switch feels kind of cheap in comparison, but then it always did feel kind of cheap. The controllers were the biggest problem. This is great. I think this is awesome. I use my controller holder to tilt the screen. They're bigger, which is great. That, to me, is the major improvement. It looks like they have either rubber or plastic instead of an opening, and I think it's going to wear less. It'll last a little bit longer, maybe. I don't know. Still got the red and the blue, although that looks pink. Pink and aqua. But I think they have those colors. Mine are red and blue. Which, by the way, is Petrie's ears. I never made the connection. And this, I like the way they're connected instead of having to press that button and pull them up. So yeah, I think technologically they've made some pretty good changes. What do you guys think? I'll never be able to afford it. It's beside the point. Okay, I've got a weird one for you today. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. Hello. I appreciate that you're here on our continued journey. And yeah, Isabel did say someone was in here. Not really looking for anybody at the moment. I know I have 2 more spots to fill. I don't want to concentrate on that right now, but we'll just look inside and see who came to visit us. Oh! Silvana? Silvana. Isn't she cute? I like the squirrels. They're cute. Snooty? She's not bad. I like her. But we're not in the market for any more villagers at the moment. Okay. So what I'm going to do is show you progress. Not very much. But I did come up with some ideas while I was going through here. So what I'm going to do is show you what I accomplished. What I really started to do was just pick up all my junk and start spreading it around the island instead of just grouping it all in one spot. And it gave me sort of like the kind of ideas of the direction I want to go in as far as decorating goes. And I've decided I'm not going to do a lot of, how would I say this, picnic area, music area, playground area. I'm not going to do that this time. Maybe at some point I will implement a few of those items, but I'm not going to designate space for that. I'm going to leave most of the island as it is. All I really want is a farm and a few more scraggly little rivers. So yeah, I picked everything up. I put it all up here where my house is. And ignore those bells. I chopped a bunch of money trees down, and then I realized, I know this is going to sound bad, but my Nook miles, I don't like that when you go in there the second day and they give you 80 and then it takes forever to get an even number. Sorry. I know that sounds stupid. So if I had gone to the ABD that day, it would have gone over to 80 and it would have screwed up my numbers, and that just drives me nuts. So I just threw them on the ground. I'm up to 80,000 Nook miles. Just being here, and I like doing the Nook miles plus. That helps. As you can see, the only real changes I made, I moved Muffy and Derwin so that I have half on one side and half on the other. And Muffy looks a little isolated at the moment, but once we get those last 2 villagers in, she won't be so alone anymore. And then I will start adding the little... Oh man, I wish I could... I guess you guys would probably refer to it as cottagecore type stuff. She has a very tiny thing here, I just realized that, so her plot of land needs to get expanded just a little bit. I would like to give everybody the ice fencing, but I keep running out of snowflakes. They're floating around and then they're not floating around, and it's driving me nuts. My daughter made a bunch of those stars, shell lights. She gave me... Oh, I cannot remember what else, but I actually got the moon seat. I have had a star event every single night for the past 5 nights. And I don't think that has ever happened before. So I'm a little stunned by it. That pond there. Is that what she gave me? Oh, the mushroom lamps as well. I learned how to make the mushroom stool, but they don't glow. Yeah, my daughter gave me all this stuff. I just wanted glowy things. I'm not looking for bright... Well, how do you say that? Yeah, I think you guys would refer to it as kid core. I don't do core. I don't like that word. Every time I hear it, I think of an apple core. That's all I can think of. Am I making any sense? Probably not. Ah, the palm tree lamp. She gave me the DIY for that, or I had the DIY? I cannot remember. I think she brought one over not knowing I already had it, but that's okay. So, where was I? When I get the last 2 villagers? All right, what I'm trying to tell you is then I will go in and each of the individual houses will get picnic basket, maybe a swing or something like that. My chair is creaking. I apologize. All of this is gone. It just didn't work. So I'm going to have to work on that. And what was the other one? Muffy's house, Derwin's house. Well, all of the houses that are here. I'd like to get a few more decorations. I keep putting my arm on the desk. And then this area here, our little forested area, I keep looking at it and I am pleased, but I just feel like we can do so much more. I don't want to move the trees because I wanted them kind of clustered to make it look like it was foresty. And Blathers here is driving me absolutely nuts. I keep handing him so many vasos, and he's not accepting any of them. So I thought those things were glowy. I grabbed those at a treasure island. I did not know they gave out fake stuff at a treasure island, and I wasn't really paying attention, but I know that they glow, so that's why I grabbed them. But I did get a couple losers that I had to put on the beach, and you know what? I think they actually it was just one. That statue where if he's holding a shovel, then it's bad. I've got him on a rock on the beach. And one of my villagers gave me the Moen statue. I cannot remember who it was. Somebody mailed it to me. I thought that was funny. I think it was Bud. And that looks great on the beach as well. I have it on another rock. I do decorate my beach. Now, this is the idea that I came up with. I'm thinking, oh, my kid. You gonna ask me to leave? Usually when they run up to you, if they have those sparkles, oh, okay. If they have the sparkles, they don't. If they have a thought bubble, then they do. Yeah, okay, that was dumb. All right, so I'm thinking either this area here, great big pond, or my farm. And then down here, my farm, or a narrower pond, a river leading up to the pond. Would you call it a pond or a lake? Well, I'm from Michigan, so anything smaller than one of the Great Lakes or an inland sea is a pond. Okay, so those are my thoughts at the moment. I'm leaving this open. I did move them back. I hope you noticed that. I moved it back so that Blather's Museum wasn't blocking the view of the houses. Gotta get rid of the snowball. I have been making snowmen, but I have so many of those large snowflakes now. I need the small ones. And I'm just not, well, I think I average like 7 a day. When I'm busy, they're always floating around in my face. And when I take a break, I hold my net and nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, so those are my ideas. I'm going to run with it. So this is the next day. I did all that work. It still looks a little, yes, there's some random stuff here. Muffy just gave me that globe. I set that table back there because I was working on the upper tier in the back here with Whitney and Kid and B. And B and I are working things out, by the way. I did give them the icy fences. They all have the sparkly tree. But B and I, yeah, I think things are working out a little bit better. She was just acting a little snooty at the start. I was kind of disappointed. She came over to visit my house and she just didn't seem, not again. 2 days in a row? Well, you know what? It's happened before. Okay, she didn't. She wanted to come over to my house. Please don't ask me that when I'm busy. You always wait until I'm busy. Make me feel bad. That's Derwin. I put Derwin there. I like this little spot here. And yeah, I can add a lot more to it. But at the moment, my mind is on flowers, trees, and shrubs. That's why I went to the Treasure Island to get more shrubs. Because I haven't even been to Harvest Island yet. Just, you like my art installation there? I'll get that sorted. Don't worry about it. I was thinking about giving everybody one of those, but maybe I'll put it somewhere else. I did widen Muffy's area, as you can tell. She's got much more room. She does like flowers, so I gave her that little greenhouse. Another star event. So this makes 6 nights in a row. Crazy. Crazy stuff. This, I realized that you can see this perfectly when you fly into my island, onto whatever. And it was very bland, so I got up here and I did some decorating. And it looks really cool from the air. So I'm happy with this because I went over to my daughter's. I dropped off a ton of stuff for her. I hit the wrong button as usual. Big surprise. Anybody surprised that I'm doing the wrong things? So I'm not unhappy with this. It's nice and bright. Oh, how do you say glowy? Is that what I'm looking for? I'm really pleased with this. And I was surprised. You can actually very faintly hear the waterfall when you're on the mall at Resident Services. We did exercises for our Nook Miles. And the whole time we were doing it, I'm like, am I hearing the waterfall? I never noticed it before. Probably because our jukebox is so loud. I had to turn that down. Wow, boy. I'm never going to remember his name. But my grump is still there. Bud is still here. Excuse me with the bad voice. This is where I'm going to put the 2 new guys. Don't know what we're going to look for yet, though. I haven't got a clue. What should I ask for? And, see, she's got so much more room. I love Muffy with the vacant stair and all. Should I go a little themey with my villagers and get bright colored ones? Is that what I should do? Or should I just continue getting what I want, what I've never had? This area here I didn't get to other than this arch, but I love my snowman selling the balloons. I think that's so cute. I spent Nook Miles on that balloon thing and didn't even worry about it because I have a lot of Nook Miles. But the new resident services area, not displeased. We can't really add too much. I am so sorry. This monstrosity is what I see. I liked it and then I didn't, and then I'm like, well, you know what? It's not that bad. And then I walked through it again and it's like, no, it is bad. So maybe, oh, my daughter gave me that harp. Put their instruments back because the minute I picked it all up to work on this, they all vanished. Everybody was out here doing airplane and singing. It was crazy. And then the minute I picked all that stuff up, poof, they were all gone. So I do like to include things in resident services so that the kids will hang out together. And this, their excess, the spares that I have, but I'm not unhappy with the way it looks. I think it looks kind of neat. Maybe tomorrow I won't feel that way anymore. The ice cream lights, was that what I cannot remember. I'm not too displeased with the way it looks. But it is just my excess items that I set aside because I haven't used them yet. And the problem with our camping forestry area here is the more items I include there, the less you're able to get through. I just don't know. And is it too much or is it not enough? Lots of questions that I have for myself that I'm not doing a good job of answering at the moment. But I'm also not displeased with the way things are turning out. I just have so many questions that I need to figure out. And the longer I sit here, yeah, see? Can't push the mushroom lamp forward, and I like where it is. So then you get locked in, and I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever done. Oh, guess what? Gotta pop the balloon. I will admit that I like the idea of the farm here and the pond to the side more than the farm up there and the little river down here. But we'll see. I can try them both and see which looks better. And I did. I made several attempts to do this live. And I am sorry. I've mentioned it before. I've mentioned it in my City Skylines videos. I cannot work and talk at the same time. It doesn't happen. I clam up when I'm doing this because my brain is cranking away with thoughts. I'm just not a multitasker. So that is all I've done up till now. And some things will need to change, some things will stay the same. You're welcome to let me know what you think in the comments. You don't have to if you don't want to. It'll probably be a couple more days. Hopefully I'll at least have the trees and flowers and shrubs in. I think that will make it look a lot more complete. Then we gotta think about who we're gonna get. But thanks for being here. Take good care and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.